Hey everybody, this is Curtis with 382days.com. Just doing a quick update and also checking out this new, well, it's not all that new, but new to me, live feature on YouTube. So, what is it, 2 days since I posted? I finished up some food that I had made that day, which is why I didn't start a fast that day. And started fasting around 6 p.m. that night, and I'm at somewhere around, I didn't even look before I came on how many hours I'm at, but it's 40 some, 46 probably, probably 44. No, in a second, 43 hours, 39 minutes, and 31 seconds. You can't see that very well. And you can see I busted up my phone, but anyways, actually in a future update, I want to talk about this app and how there are groups. I created a 382 days group on there. So if you want to try it on your own and join my group, great, that'd be awesome. But I am going to do kind of a tutorial and all of that, but it'll take some time to set it up. Let's see, I've lost a little weight since I started. I'd weighed myself, I can't remember if I said this in the last video, but I'd weighed myself a few weeks ago and it was up to 489 pounds. That was the largest I'd ever been. And not really through fasting or dieting or anything like that, but just kind of eating smaller or eating like one meal a day, not on purpose, just kind of doing that. I ended up losing about 12 pounds. So the other day when I weighed myself, I was 475.5. And this morning, I think I was 472, 473, something like that. So I lost like 3 pounds. But it's not about, I mean, yes, it's all about the weight loss, but I know the weight loss is going to happen. So at this size, you can do just about anything, dealing with calorie restriction or fasting or just doing an extra walk or cutting out pop, or I mean, really, there's really nothing that would not work at this size, at a 400, almost 500 pound person. But I started fasting. Like I said, I'm what I don't remember now, 43 hours, something like that. And I already am starting to feel some of the benefits of that, which is great. I love the fact that it lowers the bloating. It also adds to mental clarity, which in my last video, I talked about the fact that I had lost the weight to be able to move, or I went on a short fast for an interview to kind of get mental clarity and all of that. And, or sorry, I did it for the being able to move a little bit better. But actually, one of the other reasons was for mental clarity. And I think it really did help. I already feel like this morning I woke up with more energy. I usually have to kind of force myself to take the dog for a walk. And this morning I was looking outside going, man, I'm going to take the dog for a walk. So I did. It was great. All right. So I was looking at the feature. I just was like, oh yeah, there's a chat feature. I don't think anybody's watching live, and there are not. Not a surprise. I've only got like 56 subscribers, 50 some subscribers. And so this is rather new. So I don't expect to get people watching early on when I do these lives, but I might do them just for really quick updates and let you guys kind of know what's going on. But everything's kind of the normal stuff. I feel a little bit looser in my fingers. I always kind of use my fingers as a barometer of where I'm at. I love it when they start just kind of flowing. They're not there yet. They're kind of creaky a little bit, which actually is my biggest concern. I've been morbidly obese my whole life. I've been more than 400 pounds the majority of my life. And at no point did I feel as unhealthy as I have over the last couple of years. And I think it has to do with the fact that I'm getting older. And so my body's starting to hurt more, my knees are starting to hurt more, and all of that kind of stuff. And so I really need to do this to get better, to feel better, to live life a little bit better, but also just the inflammation. Oh, that's silly. Anyways. just the inflammation is affecting so much. And, my knees hurt sometimes. And I know when I fast, they don't. That all of that goes away so quickly, which is why I recommend fasting. Even if it's just, the shorter fast, the intermittent fast that a lot of people do, the 18 hours and stuff like that. I do recommend everybody do a 3 day fast, at least regularly, heck, once a month. I mean, even if you're healthy, I mean, I say everybody, there are specific people that shouldn't. Obviously, if you've had anorexia or those kinds of things, if you're unhealthy, in other ways, and I think I've talked about it in some of my other videos, and I'll talk more about that as time goes on. But in general, if you have a little bit of weight to lose or are healthy in general, fasting, I think you should do regularly. I really do. It does make a big difference. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to say. Nothing really today. Like I said, I started the fast. I'm feeling quite a bit better already. I'm not going to say how long I'm going to go because, to be honest, I'm not sure. I'm leaving it open. Right now, I feel good. I've been drinking lots of water. I love these glass milk bottles. Been tipping back the salt shaker quite a bit. And like I did when I started my my really long fast, for those of you that saw those earlier videos, I am drinking about, probably somewhere around 6 ounces of sauerkraut juice. And in fact, I started a new batch of sauerkraut to create some more sauerkraut juice because I know the stuff that I have in the fridge will eventually disappear. And so I'm making sauerkraut, though I love me some sauerkraut. I just need the juice at this point. It's really just a tasty way for me to get my electrolytes. Oh, and I also, one thing I do when I fast is sometimes in some of my earlier fasts, a year or so ago, I would get cramps quite a bit. And so I made some magnesium oil spray for my wife. It affects her too much. It tingles on her skin too much, and she finds it very uncomfortable. But I sprayed that on myself. So I spritzed myself this morning a little bit just to keep from getting cramps and stuff like that. So that's the way I'm getting my magnesium. I'm not doing, if anybody took the chance to watch the guy who was doing a 150-day fast, by the way, an update, he did end up going to 150 days. He stopped, and then he broke his fast with beef broth, some organic stuff that he purchased, and was planning on making like an egg drop soup, which I commented. I said, hey, Dr. Fung's program, IDM, they don't recommend nuts or eggs to break a longer fast. So if you have a 3-day or longer fast, they recommend staying away from those for at least 24 hours. Break a fast with the broth, which is exactly what he did. 2 hours later, or I think she said an hour later, Megan did a salad with olive oil. So I think she said leafy greens, tomato and cucumber, and with just a very little bit of olive oil. And then it was 2 hours later that she had just a regular meal without, I think she omitted dairy, or recommended that most people omit dairy on the first one, and then specifically nuts and eggs. So anyways, I don't think he got one. I'm not even sure he read my comment, and I don't think he got it. I would have gotten it in a timely manner to stop him. I know I had eggs to break my very first fast because it seems logical, but and I don't recall having a problem. Like some people say you get diarrhea because of it. Well, I have diarrhea pretty much all the time anyways, or regularly, not all the time. So I would never notice that. Now, when I did lose all the weight the last time, and was on paleo and doing all of that, I had cured myself of that. My leaky gut was dealt with. And so the IBS, I'm doing this because it was never diagnosed, because I know why I have, IBS, is because I eat like crap, or have eaten like crap. Anyways, we're close to 10 minutes, and this is supposed to be a quick update. I hope anybody who watches this enjoys it, is informative. Leave some comments down below if you thought this was a bad idea, good idea, either way. Sounds like my wife's rice is done. That's the rice cooker going off in the background. Take care, everybody. You can check me out on my webpage, 382days.com. You can check out the other videos here on my channel, and have a great day. Thanks for coming. Bye.